Hi! So this is my first requested video requested by Ate Jenica. And I feel like the best way to introduce myself or to get people to know me is by sharing what I personally believe in. So here are the principles that I believe in and I constantly apply in my life, which also consequently has gotten me to help live my life better. So here I am sharing that today. Some of us go about living without actually being alive. There's this moment in our lives that catalyzes the change of a once happy and excited child who believed that the world was one big adventure that was yet to be explored and conquered. There's this shift in direction, an absolute change that makes everything feel dreadful. But after years spent wallowing in misery, there may come a time when you look up at the starless sky and wonder if this is it. Is this all life has to offer? Then you spend days that turn into months that may turn into another 5 or so years before you realize that life won't always be better, like those fairy tales they tried to make you believe in. But life can be better lived. Here's how I did it through the concepts I learned throughout the years. Let go of the prime. There's this concept of having a prime and that prime is in your 20s at the latest. This has never really made sense to me. Marketing efforts constantly push the idea of romanticizing juvenility through the media that makes you believe via constant and long term exposure that in order to be beautiful, you've got to be quote and unquote young. It's as if not being a minor anymore is considered a diminishing quality. To say there is a prime would connote that there would be an inevitable decline, as if you only have a specified number of years before you stop mattering as much. To tie in beauty to an age is such a one dimensional way to look at such a vast, prolific, and multi-dimensional being, as if the only admirable qualities anyone could possess lies in the superficial, but let's face the facts. Looks may get you in the door, but it's your intangible qualities, from your talent to your intellect to your personality, that gets you to stay. You are more than just a number. Speaking of, there are numbers that don't matter. Lists have been made on this, but the following need to be added to the numbers that shouldn't define your value as a person. Number one, the number of your age, the number on report cards, the number of recognized achievements, the number of your measurements, the number of partners, both sexual and platonic, the number of followers engagement you have, the number in your bank account. So don't let it bring you down. Use it as a point of improvement if you must, but who you are isn't confined to the narrow spaces of made up beliefs that don't actually matter to anyone other than those that like to judge and pick people apart. Blatant admissions. People may step on you the way they do on rocks and other surfaces beneath their feet to get where they want to go, but their actions are a reflection of their character, not of yours. Sometimes you didn't know better, and so the boundaries you should have set up weren't in place. Sometimes you choose to always see the good in others. Sometimes it just isn't part of your system to use underhanded tactics, covert manipulations, and passive aggressiveness. That is completely okay. When people drag you down, it is a blatant admission that they see you hold more potential than you ever thought you did, and it threatens them. It was never going to be linear. There's this common notion that we tend to believe as the truth, being most susceptible to this thinking when we are younger. Life would be viewed like a road that is straight and linear with clear direction of the path to get from one point to another. Inevitably, reality started sinking in. Majority of the times, you'll know where you want to go, but how to get there won't be so clear. Or you don't know where to go at all, or how, but you just know you don't like where you are now. All those times, the pieces won't fit perfectly in place. There's always going to be an element of the unknown, and that's okay. It hasn't stopped dreams from turning into a reality. It also hasn't stopped the driven and committed from attaining success. The one person you need to learn to accept. It took over a decade for me to genuinely appreciate, like, and be comfortable with who I am, from the way I look physically to the way I think, feel, and speak, no matter what is said or done against me. In order for that to happen, I had to learn to understand that even if I'm not ideal, according to the often spoken but not fully understood standards of an ever arbitrary society, I do not become less. My value does not diminish at the hands of others. It multiplies at the hands of myself and the people that truly matter. For all my faults and follies, I am human and beautifully so. The one person you need to learn to accept is yourself, and when you do so, life will still be the way it is, but the rest of the way will be better lived. It took a radical shift of mindset from formerly being incessantly full of self doubt and depreciation to change the life of the little girl who was constantly lost, hoping that one day a hero would come and save her, only to find that she would be the hero she needed all along. I can imagine this is exactly how it is for countless others, whether their story gets told or not. I hope you find this video insightful, and if you did, feel free to like and share it. Till next time.